Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's down to business here. Well, 5 at the back, Jim. It does feel fairly defensively oriented, this formation.
Well, you could say it's a lineup that's all about creating positive transitions. The lack of width in midfield with just 3 in there makes the role of the fullbacks more crucial, or wing-backs. You have to have them constantly push up, forcing opposition players back and giving your team a little more freedom.
Easier said than done.
That's right, but it does work very well, provided you have the right players to pull it off.
That's a lovely, neat pass. And it's Hullet. Cannavaro promptly onto that, and that is that. Well, Fabio Cannavaro may not be a giant in physical terms, Jim, but his reputation, his presence are as imposing as they come.
Yeah, he's proof positive that being a top-class centre-half isn't all about physicality and height. You know, he's only 5'9", but he's imperious in the air. It just goes to show the importance of how he reads the game, the anticipation, the positioning.
Adriano. Oh, it's Nedved. Pinches it off him. David Villa. It's loose here, and they'll want to reclaim it. The ball is loose, and the chase is on. Another pass just keeps it ticking over.
Batistuta really was well marshalled there, because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And it's Totti. Passing is crisp and sharp. Marquinhos. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
And he's cut it out. And there's his chance to lead the counter. That has not gone well. Thuram. Pirlo. Manchester United finding their passes. Totti. Adams kept his eye on it, and he's there.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase, and of course those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. David Villa. That's good running with the ball.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
No luck with that dink over the top. Chance here to counter. Now the ball's gone astray. Has a look and plays it forward. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Kokchu. That's a nicely shaped ball. Oh, nicely intercepted. Maldini. Vieira. Manchester United looking to pass their way through. Little pass back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Cannavaro makes the interception, and it's Totti. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. In with the challenge. Rijkaard defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Ferdinand kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. It's a searching pass. That's beautifully weighted. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Adriano, Totti, and a chance! And that is going to be the final action of the first half. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, at least the defence can look back on a job pretty well done so far, Peter. I think they've squeezed the play quite well and they've been relentless in their pressing. So the energy levels have looked good.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. And we are already promptly back underway.
Manchester United clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Buffon claims comfortable. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Engages and forces him off the ball. Thuram. Quality ball. Adams spots it and intercepts.
Manchester United have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
David Villa. And it's Batistuta. And he's got the beating of his man. David Villa. Batistuta. Big chance! He scored!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game, but that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Totti in the hunt and looking threatening. Now he's got space here. And the ball is out of play. Tries a deft little ball. And here's Totti. And this is Adriano.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Kokchu. João Cancelo. Totti. Out to the left it goes. Oh, they could break here. He's a sharp little ball here. And this is Totti. And it's played in here. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Oh, that's well spotted. Nedved. And the pass is intercepted. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here.
Terrific header! No, couldn't quite control it.
Oh, that's a real disappointment as well, after he worked so hard to just get into position and get on the end of that in the first place. A lot of effort for very little reward.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact. Manchester United will have one further opportunity to make a substitution after this, their latest change. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, this looks sharp. And it's Cancelo.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Now it's Hullet. Bale.
Manchester United really aren't making anything meaningful of their time on the ball.
Nicely shaped ball. Batistuta. Pirlo stands tall and stands strong. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Just eases him off the ball. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. He's not played the ball, that's a foul. And that's going to be a booking.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 22.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Silvestre. Lasciano il campo per il numero 21, il numero 12, il numero 20. Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Oh no, he's got that wrong. And he's quick to snatch it back. Driving forward.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Goes for a shot! And yes, it's there! They have stolen level at the last! He does it all with an air of efficiency and simplicity.
Well, he always had the measure of the keeper there. Such confidence and composure.
All square again into the dying minutes. He's got tall. No, he didn't quite meet it right.
Well, they've got to get everyone forward, and maybe even the keeper.
He rises! Decent enough try.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Ci saranno 5 minuti di recupero.
He's going to be disappointed with that. That's an imaginative pass. That pass isn't the best.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Batistuta is herring after that one. And he's on his way! Oh, shooting chance! And that would have been some goal.
Well, it came to nothing in the end, but it certainly got the crowd going.
Five minutes to add, and he was quick to react. Cruyff does really well there. And that's that. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And as you can see, we've already started here.
Well, if you're looking for a match winner down there, Peter, we can't ignore Gabriel Batistuta, or Batigol, as he's become known.
Nobody would ignore him.
He has all the attributes, Peter, and the list is too long for me to mention them now. I'll settle on lethal.
Probing pass. That's been cut out, well played. Aimed beyond the defence.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And that was nowhere near his best. The error shows great strength. Now it's Haaland. Knocks it into space. Ngetest. Davids. And it's Iniesta. It's a searching pass. Oh, Red, nice interception. And that has been clubbed away. Just eases him off the ball. And this is Rooney. And he's managed to get rid. Taken back almost at once. Neither side especially adventurous early on. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Iniesta. He's a sharp little ball here. And it's hoisted clear. Rummenigge. Now it's Hullet.
Such good technique.
And he's quick to get it clear again. And claimed it back swiftly.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
Now it's Rooney on the through ball. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Chance! Goal! Manchester United! Manchester United take the lead.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
So we have the first goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Hullet providing an outlet on that flank. And he's there to clear it.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
It's Rooney! Couldn't squeeze it through. No, that's been intercepted. Oh, that's a key interception. Hullet is the team's great visionary. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And he was alert to it. Batistuta. Well, that pass isn't the best. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Well, that's well spotted. Now that looks a decent ball. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Now it's Rooney. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Manchester United are 1 up and looking surprisingly comfortable. Iniesta. Now it's Hullet. And he gets rid in a hurry. Batistuta. Oh, good read. Just 5 minutes left until the break. Well, there's the clearance. Well, he's done very well to take that back. Batistuta is firing after that one. Batistuta takes a shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
France with the corner, they're first. Tries to get it clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. And it's Nedved. Played into space out wide. Oh, chance, surely! Decent enough try. And this could be the final action of the first half. Oh, smashing header! And that's it for the first half, a breathless ending. So the team's still separated by one goal, but it should be very different. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think it's a case of so far, so good. The boss has clearly done his homework, and I don't think he needs to change much during the break. Now they've got the lead, they can expect more of the same in the second half.
Manchester United head for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 9, Iniesta.
Here we go again then.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football.
And smartly reclaimed. Can he finish? It's loose now and they want to get it back. Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different. Corner number 2 then. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Manchester United have the chance to go the other way. That is good alertness. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Are back on level terms. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
France grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Clipped into space. It's a pretty loose pass. Can he finish? Goal! France! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here. Manchester United really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Can he get it through? Well, played right into his path. He rises! It's fallen kindly here. That was superb goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Rodri. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Tries to play it through. Oh, well played, well played. Pirlo. Pull it. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he's worked it through. Haaland gets chance for a shot! Rodri gets it away. Pass somewhat off target. Mbappe is in a really good position out wide. And it's claimed by the keeper. Varane promptly onto that, and that is that. And it's Kaka.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Oh, shooting chance! They've scored! What remarkable powers of recovery!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 8.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Le numéro
So a
15.
couple of front-footed alterations here, a pair of forwards entering the field.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what system they'll be playing with now, Peter.
So all square, and not for the first time.
Well, needless to...
Shoots! Oh, how's that for a goal? Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And the comeback is complete. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Manchester United take the lead.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Now the delivery. Defending of the desperate variety.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Great chance! Batistuta! Glorious! A finish right from the top drawer. They have stolen level at the last. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now, the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Pull it. That's really well manoeuvred. 4 added minutes on the board. Cannavaro kept his eye on it, and he's there. And there goes the final whistle. Magic. What a magical football match, and genuine respect. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. The colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So that's got things underway.
There's no doubt that this fella's contribution will be highly important. It's the one and only Philip Lahm.
And what do you consider his greatest quality, Jim?
Well, it's hard to name just one because he's such an outstanding player on so many fronts, but I'd say his tactical nous, a man who can single-handedly turn defence into attack, and he's capable of playing anywhere on either flank. And when you add in the vision and creativity of a central playmaker, there's nobody else like him.
Can he get on the end of this? Cannavaro spots it and intercepts. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Played in with purpose. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Haaland. Pirlo. Rijkaard. Now, can they get him away? And they're not going to make any further progress now. It has been a rather gentle affair so far. That's a shade optimistic. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Now it's Totti. Pirlo. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. He's in plenty of space here. Out of play for a goal kick. First quarter of an hour gone. Manchester United looking to pass their way through. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's... Bale! What a save from Peter Schmeichel! Oh, he's been caught napping! And the cross comes in.
Manchester United really are making good use of that right-hand side. The light is very much the colour green. Totti clearly looking the key component now with the concentration on width. Really aren't convincing right now. It has to start in defence, but the whole team needs a wake-up call.
That is good alertness. Still goalless. No, that's been intercepted. Now this could be a chance. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Best. Lahm is one whose deliveries we all know about. Fired deep towards the back post. Manchester United do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Oh, it's a tried and tested formula, OK, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well, of course.
Puskás. Cruyff. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. And this is Puskás. Chance for a shot! Goal! Manchester United! Manchester United take the lead. There was to be only one outcome.
Not even a hint of hesitation. That is such a cool finish.
So the first goal of the game.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Thuram is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department. Manchester United truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Pirlo. And it's Rijkaard. Played out wide. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Totti. Pirlo. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Played out towards the right wing. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Pirlo. Manchester United finding their passes. Pirlo. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Turns back here, probably the best option. Now he's off and running. Totti. Well, that's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Totti. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Substitutions taking place.
And the second half gets underway.
Manchester United really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Bale.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Messi. Cruyff. No, that's too long. Vieira. Gullit. In by Gullit. And he's made sure that's not getting through.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
And he's there to make the challenge. Now it's Haaland. So what can they make of this? Pirlo. Looking for options for movement. Good ball over the top. Pirlo is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Stood up well to him there. Oh, good spread. Thuram. Passing is crisp and sharp. Time and again they are repelled. Oh, no joy this time. Manchester United still this single goal behind. Manchester United looking to pass their way through.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Goes for the shot! It's an inviting-looking ball, that. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Oh, nicely intercepted. Pirlo is the team's great visionary. Bale. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the stats are pretty telling here. It's hard to argue with the scoreline when you carry so little threat.
Messi. A probing pass. And that could set him on his way. Oh, Red, nice interception. Well, for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Short changes him with that pass. Lahm. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Vieira pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Oh, he's found support out wide. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. No, he's not going to get any further than that. No, no way through.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Cannavaro gets across to intercept that. Thuram. Distributed tidily. Manchester United are looking desperate here, short on time and options.
All they need is one big chance, and it may do the trick. Manchester United nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Ambitious ball here. Cannavaro promptly onto that, and that is that. Totti. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And that is as far as it goes. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Red is the colour, the only colour. We bring you this game, of course, from Old Trafford, Manchester. So it's down to business here. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender.
He's one-on-one! Can he finish? It's run loose. Who's got this time, surely? Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
And that is as far as they're going to go. And it's Messi. He can get that clear. And here's Van Basten.
Van Basten really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Oh, it's Van Basten. Looking for the run. He's having a shot! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Manchester United are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produce something out of nothing there.
And a chance! Takes a shot! It's in! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Right place, right time, and a fine instinctive finish.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Bale unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Bale. Henderson cuts out the pass. Played into space. And he cuts out the supply. Nice looking ball. Pass somewhat off target. Nedved. And that's been intercepted. And it's Messi. And it's made its way to him. Chips it through. Now it's Bale. Oh, nicely intercepted. Aims beyond the... He's had a shot! Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Now it's Bale. Nedved. He's got away. And it's played in. Saliba with the clearance.
Manchester United really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now.
Big chance! One-on-one, and he shoots! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Bale. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
More and more pressure on the ball here. Vieira. That has been cut short. Bullet. Looking for options for movement. Nedved. And it's Pirlo. Bullet.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Nedved. And it's Bale. And that has put paid to that. It's a searching pass. Can he get onto this? Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. Maldini. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. And that's gone loose. It's a promising position. Nicely shaped cross. De Gea deals with that nice and simple. And he's had it nicked away. Van Basten. Tonali. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Shot at goal! Denied by an instinctive save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
There will be one
And they've got
at a
rid.
time.
That has not gone well. Pull it. And the referee brings the first half to a close. How would you review the first half?
Manchester United really are lucky not to be down by more, Peter. The manager's going to have to come up with something a little special to lift these players. Otherwise, this one's as good as done.
And a quick announcement today that memorabilia from today's match is now on sale in the stadium hall.
Substitutions taking place.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if...
Oh, he's been caught napping! And he's straight offside. Manchester United come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Well, for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. And the shot! Gareth glittering Bale! About as smooth as it gets. The second half sparks straight into life.
Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
It's their second corner of the game. Keeper's dealt with that. And now a sudden chance to counter. And it's Nedved. Bale. Rummenigge. Big chance! And he hits the net. They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Simplicity itself.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
We have ourselves a real game here.
Well, that's really winded the up.
Tries a shot! Jordan Henderson. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
He's a sharp little ball here. Manchester United perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Bale being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Pirlo is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Tonali. Vieira cuts out the pass. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Hullet. Out of play for a goal kick. Now that's well seen too. Tonali. Nedved. Here's Vieira. Oh, it's a promising build-up this. Plenty of really nice passing. Manchester United looking to pass their way through. Threads one in. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Manchester United clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Van Basten. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Pass is just off target. Van Basten is herring after that one. Pedri. Pirlo. Bale. Pedri. Tonali plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Manchester United finding their passes. And it's Belletti. Cross in. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Vieira. Maldini. Delivered with swing. Well, that is one way to stop him.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Rummenigge. Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Well, that pass isn't the best. Well read, nice interception.
2 minutes has been indicated.
Pedri. Tonali. Into stoppage time, very little left on it. Oh, and it's Messi. Great chance! Yes, he's done it! And that has raised the roof!
I think you have to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of it all there, Peter. The ease at which
That's that, the end. Well, that was intense, an enjoyable contest that either could easily have won. Ultimately. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Spain.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So it's down to business here. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Romelu Lukaku, his physical characteristics are very impressive. They're always likely to attract the most attention, of course, but for me, it's not just that he's big and he's quick, it's his willingness to go direct with the ball at his feet, to take his man on, be brave and just head for goal. That's what makes him quite lethal.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. Vieira. Pirlo. Howson cuts it out. It's a promising position. Hazard will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. That has not gone well. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Neither side especially adventurous early on. Chance! He's missed, but not by that far. Howson calmly anticipates. Doué.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Lam. And it's Khan. Manchester United still without a single shot on target. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's picked it up out wide. Pings in a... He rises! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Up he goes! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And it's Nedved. That has been knocked clear.
Manchester United really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And he cuts out the supply. That's really well manoeuvred. That pass isn't the best. Doué. And here's Lukaku. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Scholes. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Cruyff. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Haaland. Scholes. Quality ball. Hazard. He's got away. Hazard had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just about kept out.
Yeah, the confidence we can admire, the decision-making we can't. He learned from it.
It's a pretty loose pass. Now it's Haaland. Now it's Cruyff. Jordan Henderson gets a foot in and wins the ball. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Doué puts his foot on the gas. Nedved out to the right. Now it's Hullet. That's an imaginative pass.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And that has left him in a heap. Now it's Doué. He shifted it to the flank. Stood up well to him there. He's found a way through. Chooses to go back. And it's Henderson. It's Jordan Henderson! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though.
Vieira. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. It's a searching pass.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Pull it. It's a threatening ball. And a chance!
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Scholes. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. And we're off again.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Climbs up big! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Well, that's a move which shouldn't be allowed to repeat. A dribble, cross and attempt, all too easy.
Cleared without hesitation. Out to the left it goes. Cross goes in there. And that should get the job done. Nice interception, Rob. Real chance! Pull it. Looking for the run. Not the most accurate pass. Played out to the right. Oh, that's nice. Can he finish? What a wonderful goal!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game, but that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Can he get on the end of this? That's an excellent interception. That's a cute ball. Chips it through. Yeah.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Scholes has a look inside the box. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this. Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And he's cleared it out of harm's way.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually...
Haaland! He scores! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Haaland demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Number 20.
Manchester United grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Totti. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Spain needed that. They really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Howson gets it away. It's Totti! Denied by an instinctive save.
Totti is offering a right smile there.
And it's Nedved. Totti going face-to-face with his great rival. Lukaku goes steaming forward. That is ended up in no man's land. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Maldini promptly onto that, and that is that. Threads one in, nicely spread. Hazard. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper.
Spain really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Vieira, played out to the left flank, or played right into his path. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Manchester United clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Now it's Hullet. Forlan tries to play it through. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. The less said about that pass, the better. Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 7, Hullet. Coming on the field is number 21, Matthias Cunha.
Nicely aimed pass. Strong running down that left flank. Well, it's Batistuta.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Scholes.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Nedved. Lam gets across to intercept that. Doué. Now, can they get him away? It's gone out for a throw-in.
Substitutions taking place.
Time added on will be 2 minutes. Totti in the hunt and looking through. And that will be it. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And we're underway. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, this guy, Alexis McAllister, is someone whose stock rose dramatically due to his exploits with the national side. But he's someone I see as a born footballer. I mean, he can play the 6th position, he can play in the number 8 position, but I feel he's probably best suited to the number 10 role because I think he has that creative edge, he has that craft, and that's where he should be used to greatest effect.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. DiMarco. That's been cut out, well played. Pass just lacking in accuracy. Nesta. And it's Kukçu. And he's worked it through, and that is masterful defending. Bullet. Pass somewhat off target. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Rummenigge. Now it's Totti. Totti. Cross goes in. Oh, smashing header! And the header is disappointing in the end.
Well, that's a move which shouldn't be allowed to repeat. A dribble, cross and attempt, all too easy.
That looks a decent ball. That looks a good ball through. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
And it's Pirlo. Another pass just keeps it ticking. It's Bale! Goal! Manchester United! Manchester United take the lead. An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Manchester United have fired themselves in front.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
McAllister deals with that comfortably. Pirlo is offering some sort of an apology there.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's in a great position here. Looking for options for movement. Played in with purpose. That has been slung wide. Bale. Oh, what has happened here? Nesta promptly onto that, and that is that. No, he's just misjudged that one. Could move up a gear here. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. 15 minutes till half-time. Manchester United do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Oh, it's a tried and tested formula, OK, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well, of course.
Kukçu. No, again there's no way through. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Oh, that's well spotted. Maldini. Threads one in. And this is Totti. The cross. Leicester can get it clear. Manchester United are one up and looking surprisingly comfortable. Rummenigge. It's a goal kick.
Manchester United have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
It's a promising position. Leicester tries to clear. Searching pass he's played there. Oh, Red, nice interception. Vieira. Now it's Bale. Now, can they get him away?
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution.
There is the half-time whistle. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Manchester United having to have the lead in a tight old game. Half-time, 1-0. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Maldini cuts it out. That has not gone well. Rummenigge. And it's Gullit. Rummenigge, who's set up one goal so far. And the shot! That was probably asking just too much.
He's never the type to turn down a challenge, is he?
Stood up well to him there. McAllister. Kukçu is the team's great visionary. Totti will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. No, that's been intercepted. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Vieira shows great strength. Spread out to the left. And this is Totti, produces a cross. Manchester United are ahead here by what is still the only goal. That's an imaginative pass. Vieira. Bale, closing in on goal.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
That'll be a throw-in.
Substitutions taking place.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
He's a sharp little ball here. No, it's come to nothing. But they've got it again. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, I'm inclined to feel that if I was in that dugout, I'd want the players to get on the front foot and grab another. Just try to make this one safe. That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue.
Diving header! Bebeto finds himself offside.
Substitution for Manchester United.
Manchester
Number 10,
United can now introduce the first of their
coming on the
substitutes.
field.
Well, he can
is
certainly make
number
his side a lot more
22,
unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one at that.
Now it's Nedved. McAllister. Manchester United perhaps contemplating their next change here. Oh, he's been caught on, and the shot! Goal! Right back in it. Almost no time remaining. Game still on. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Milan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Milan grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Pirlo calmly anticipates.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Oh, delightful ball.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Maldini. Now it's Kukçu. And that pass just didn't quite work.
Well, that might be that
Shot a goal! And the counter is on. Oh, played right into his path. Chance for a shot! Oh, yes, it's there! Late in the day, this could well be it!
After 90 minutes is...
Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
Coming on to replace him is number 21, Matthias Cunha.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Well, there's going to be a major shake-up in the attack here.
Yeah, and it looks like quite a shake-up to the front line. Interesting, we'll see how it develops.
Milan complete their comeback, and now they only need to hold out for a few minutes.
Well, the last moments now, Peter, are going to be very frantic. There's still time for a twist or two yet.
That's that, the end. Well, what a game.